been gone for a minute, but I'm back with the jump off. I'm back, guys. Thank you so much for reaching out to me, for everybody who watched my latest video, just to give you an update on where I've been. I totally appreciate that. I totally appreciate when you guys check on me. I'm not bothered by that at all. So don't worry about that. If you think, oh my goodness, I know you're busy, but check in. I appreciate the love. Like, who doesn't like being appreciated? But thank you so much for understanding. I've been watching the past few episodes just to catch up on this season. But so much has happened. I'm just like, I think I'm just going to give you a review of the 2 latest episodes, because so much happened in episode 34 and 35 that I just can't breeze over 34 and jump right into 35. So get some snacks, come on back, because we got a lot to talk about. Gloriana and Alex. Gloriana and Alex have their engagement party. And can I just say, I wouldn't put my purse down at this event. I was looking at the guest list like, oh my goodness. Because I was looking around like, this is a criminal community. Everybody looks like they were involved in credit card scamming. All of them. Speaking of credit card scamming, Gloriana's mother, I don't understand this uppityness that she has. She walks with this air as if she's better than Alex. And I'm like, ma'am, I've seen your family. Gloriana's table along with her family. I was just like, okay. Did they all just get out of prison? Because I know that cousin with the tattoo on her head, listen, she's done some time. So I don't understand why this mother is acting like, oh my goodness, my daughter is getting married to a felon. Ma'am, you look like a felon. You know what I mean? Like, you probably got a rap sheet too. Gloriana's daddy got a rap sheet. That cousin definitely got a rap sheet. All of y'all have been involved in some criminal activity. So why are you acting like Alex is so beneath you? And then with this whole Muslim and Christianity thing, I don't think that is, I just don't see that being a problem with her. I just think she's trying to find something because she can't do the felon thing, because she tried it with Gloriana and it didn't work. So now she's trying this whole Islam thing, because when they first were talking about Alex, she was just talking about the fact that he was a felon. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it became about him being Muslim. I just don't believe it. And if it is, I don't think she has a leg to stand on. Am I tripping? Because it was bleeped out. But what did Alex say to Kato? Like, what's up, my what, Alex? See, this is why you can't give corny white men a chance. I'm telling you. When black women start dating corny white dudes, they start taking liberties within the community. That I don't think a fine white guy will do. I think it's them corny, tender-eyed ones. You know what? I take that back, because I just thought of a fine white guy who was dating a sister who took some liberties that he should not have taken. You know what? It's just white men. Sheryl and Josh. I don't have anything to say about Sheryl and Josh in this episode. The only thing that I want to talk about is that when Sheryl said that normally an engagement ring, a woman gets an engagement ring 2 or 3 years before the marriage. Yo, y'all fiancés for like 3 years? Come on, ladies, no. Unless that's what you want. Who wants to be a fiance for 3 years? That only benefits the man, because he's getting wifely duties for nothing. Now, when I get engaged, right, to my billionaire Nigerian British husband, very specific. I think Idris Elba changed up everything I've wanted in a man. Anyway, I'm like, I will not be engaged for more than a year. Like, absolutely not. First of all, we've dated up to this point. Now I got the ring. We planning a wedding. 6, 7 months. It's a fiance, baby. Like, what are we doing here? You're not keeping me on a string unless you want that, ladies. For years? 2 or 3? Who got that kind of time to be wasting on me? You not getting wifely duties out of me until legally I can get half. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Where is she from? Vincent and Amber. I don't have anything to say about Vincent and Amber this episode, because I'm going to go in on her on the next episode. Girl. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything to say about her. The only thing that really happened in this episode is that she was talking about how she's uncomfortable with Vince because she's a lesbian. I've been saying it since day she's not comfortable being sexual with this dude or showing this man affection because she's a lesbian. Why am I always right? So Lacey, John, and Shane. Lacey and Shane, my poor baby Shane. This heifer got my baby into doing some porn. Oh my goodness, ain't nothing wrong. Listen, I am not against people who do like OnlyFans, like independent sex workers. Sex workers without pimps, you know what I mean? I'm pro, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? That's a job, that's what you're doing. You're okay with it. You are leading the charge. Do what you got to do. I'm not shaming nobody who does it. What I will say is that my issue with porn is that I used to work with an organization that worked with getting women specifically and young men out of the porn industry, because the porn industry preys on young men and young women from poor communities. They get them when they're really young, they train their minds, and they put them in these films. A lot of people do not know that these men and women are being sex trafficked. They don't know. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, they signed something. They're very young. They're being manipulated. A lot of times they're saying that the girls are 18 when really they're like 14, 13, 12. Like, it's guys. Working with this organization changed my mind so much. I don't want to say what the organization is on here because it's a Christian organization. I'm no longer affiliated with the church. So I don't know if she want me talking about her organization on Love at the Lockup. I'll talk to her and see. If you guys are interested in it, you know what? If you guys are interested in learning more about the organization, just, DM me and, I'll see if she wants me and my messy self, talking about her organization to you guys. But just through working with that organization, I really saw a different side of the sex industry, like sex work in general. And it was very eye-opening, very sad, especially for young women and young men. It is it may look consensual. A lot of times it's not. It's a really scary industry for young people. So that is my issue with Lacey. Long story short, that's my issue with Lacey. Here we have Shane, who is a very young man in mind and in body. He stopped learning. He stopped being in an educational system at the age of 17. From the looks of it, he probably stopped being in school a lot longer than that. So we don't know what age has his mind developed to. You know what I mean? Like, in body, he's 21. But as we all know, education and experience really crafts our mind. And I don't think that Shane had that. Prison in his poor community basically raised this young guy. And then here is this older woman, this predatory older woman, who just has him wrapped up in all kinds of mess. And I feel bad for the kid. I really, really do, because here he is wrapped up in this older manipulative woman who is manipulating him for a TV show, that she's manipulating the TV show to get fame and more fans on her OnlyFans account. Now she got him out here doing it. This is the first woman that he's been with since he's been out of prison. He went into prison when he was 17. Now he's 21 and he comes out and he gets this woman, this oversexed woman who is like this, essentially a porn star in her own right. And his mind is gone. So anything that this woman tells him to do, he's going to do. She bothers me so much. And I hate it, because not only is she taking advantage of Shane, she's also taking advantage of John. Because Shane, who was just whipped, proposes to her in, what was this, like a local diner? Very on brand for this couple. Right after Shane proposes to her, she starts doing all of this crying. And Lacey has gotten so much work done, she can't really cry. So she calls her friend, the one that doesn't hold her accountable for anything but blames everybody else around her for her problems. She calls her friend and she starts crying to her about the fact that Shane proposed to her. And she's just like, these are happy tears, but I'm just remembering when John proposed to me. And she can't cry. Watch the Real Housewives of Orange County. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the Botox cry. They've gotten so much work done that nothing around here moves. So Lacey just like, it's so scary. Talk about how this heifer went crazy. So she gives Shane, who's sitting there waiting for her, back the ring, and then she starts beating up on him because she's thinking about when John proposed to her, and then she's mad at him because she felt like he didn't do it with as much love and sentiment as John did. And I'm looking at her going crazy. Shane is shocked. Production seems shocked. And I'm looking like, what the hell did you go and smoke in that bathroom? Because Lacey came out and she was on a 10. An unnecessary 10. She's beating up everybody. And I'm like, girl. And then Shane is like, you can't drive like this. So I don't know if he was saying that she can't drive while she's emotional or that she can't drive while she's high. Because Lacey was on something, y'all. Something was not right with her. We have never seen her act like this before. So I'm just like, you done went and did a bump or something in that bathroom.
John proposed to me and he said so many nice things.
Girl, what? She just started beating up on the baby. And I'm like, girl, what happened? Gotta say, prison raised Shane right. Because while Lacey was beating up on him, he didn't hit her back, even though he had every right to. He had every right to, but he's a felon. He's on parole. He's on TV. You know what I mean? He's probably just a good guy where he's just like, I know that I'm stronger than her. And if I hit her, she's probably, going to lose a top lip. A top lip is going to burst, a titty going to burst, a butt going to burst. Something going to happen. So I'm not going to put my hands on her. But she hit him one too many times because that last smack in his face, he said, somebody take me somewhere because she keeps on hitting me. And I knew exactly what that meant. That last smack was the last smack she was going to get in because he was just like, I got to go. Because if she hit me again, lights, I'm back in prison. Lizzie and Daniel. I'm so sick of Daniel acting like he was a lifer. Like, dude, you did not just get off of death row. Please stop talking about your time in prison like it was forever. Listen, from what I heard, prison is tough. Ain't nothing about it easy. But the way Daniel acts, it's so hard for me to adjust to life outside of prison, just seeing the sunlight, being in a car, hearing voices, seeing people's faces, eating real food. I'm just, taking my time and trying to, get back. But man, it's hard to adjust. Were you on death row? It's too much. It's too much. I understand that after being in an institution of prison for 3 or so years, it's coming back to what you left is a bit of a change. And I do believe, I don't think that anybody who gets straight out of prison should go into work or anything. I think they need to go straight into therapy because it is an adjustment. You know what I mean? You did go through something really traumatic, but come on, guys, my family watches these reviews and they're just like, you're just telling all the family business, but it is what it is. It's my life too. I have a cousin that did time, okay? And even he don't act like Daniel, you know what I mean? He hadn't seen a cell phone. That's how long he's been in. He hadn't seen a cell phone, right? So he didn't know what a cell phone looked like or how to really hold it or whatever, but he wasn't like, oh my God. What? He picked it up and hey, what's up? I just feel like Daniel was doing the most. He is doing for 3 years. And I don't even think he really did all that time. At that daycare center prison that he was at. Because when we saw the footage of the prison, I was just like, oh, I know a friend that worked at the daycare that looked just like that prison. So Daniel, stop. You were at Camp Cupcake. You were not in real prison. You were in daycare prison. Calm down, boo. Calm down. Now let's move on to his messy girlfriend. Guys, I'm telling you, every episode I watch, I'm just like, you know what? Daniel's mama is right. And I know a few of you disagree with me about, siding with this woman. But the more we see of Lizzie, I'm just like, you're the problem. Lizzie is the problem because she comes over to his house, stressing him out about work and everything. You didn't get a job. You didn't do this because I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Listen, I get it. That's your man. You want him to get up, get out, and get a job, especially when you come home and you see him playing the video game. I would let my man play the video game. You know what I mean? I would let my man have some time to adjust. That's just me. But would I date a felon? You know what? I'm not going to rule it out because, like I said before, I visited my father in prison, and let me tell you something. The men in prison is fine. I ain't even going to lie. I couldn't even focus on my father. I was like, what he do? Wow. You went for murder? Wow, you too cute to do that, baby. Listen, they are fine in prison. So I'm not judging. I'm not ruling out anything. I'm not ruling out any. So if that was me, I would just let him, you know, chill and do his thing, right? But that's not Lizzie. She wants him to be proactive and get out there and do it. And I realize why she wants him to hurry up and get a job, because she's having unprotected sex with this dude. Like, she comes over, has a couple pregnancy tests in the bag, and she's just like, yeah, I might be pregnant. And Daniel's like, what? He's just like, well, I'm not ready to be a dad. And she's just like, well, you know, we were having unprotected sex, and I told you I want kids right away. I'm like, girl, he just got out of prison. You want a baby by him? Right away, he just got out of prison. He don't have no job, and you're just letting him release his seed in you? Lizzie is the problem. Lizzie is the problem. How do you want to have a baby by Daniel? You just picked him up out of prison. And aren't they, how old are they? Aren't they like 23, 22? No, they are very young. She wants kids right at 22. Who wants kids at 22? I know people who have kids who had, you know, my best friend got pregnant at 22, but she ain't, you know, not saying she ain't want her children, but she ain't want to have a baby at 22. She was still in them streets. So I don't get Lizzie at all. I remember I was rooting for her in the beginning because of how she was set up, but I think the show set her up like that to show us that she is the real issue, not Daniel, not even meth, Lizzie. Gloriana and Alex. Alex's friend, Kato. Let me tell you something. I see something in him. It's something I could work with. If Kato gets veneers and stops dressing like it's 2001, he gonna be a problem. I'm telling you. I was looking at him like, You had the girls going crazy in high school, didn't you? He just looked like he was fine before prison or drugs. So Alex is going on a date with his ex while Gloriana is going shopping for a wedding dress. And before we move on to the most unbelievable moment of this episode, let's talk about Alex's tattoos. The tattoos of his ex? Because he said that lip tattoo was from a woman, but I don't think he said it was the ex that he's about to meet. I think he said it was from one of the women that he dates. And he told Gloriana, you know, you got to be a real special woman for me to get a tattoo of you on my body. Please, Lord, never let me be in the lineup to get a tattoo or something from my body on Alex. Boy, bye. Boy, bye. And those lips, I was just like, does the girl that got your lips tattooed on her, does she have a virus? Because those lips were poorly drawn, or were they accurate? I hope the artist was just somebody in prison who ain't know what they was doing. Like maybe they, you know, couldn't see right or something, because that tattoo was garbage. Or maybe it was accurate and the girl just, you know, got herpes. Like something was up with them. Then we meet Alex's ex. I knew it was a sister. I knew it. I knew from the way he was acting. I was just like, we have got to stop being gateways to the culture for dudes like this. Get out of here. Like, if he's fine and wealthy, come on in, daddy. But not an Alex, who looks 42 at 28. Wow. Every time I see his age, I'm like, there's no way that that's 28. Not even prison 28. Because I know people who have been to prison and they don't look that worn out. They look like they've been through some things, but they don't age 20 years. I wasn't shocked, right, that Alex's ex that he's still in love with is, you know, black. Oh, is she black? It's something. We in there somewhere. I'm not shocked that she got melanin, okay? But what I am shocked by is, this woman is so damn beautiful. I was like, girl, what kind of drugs were you on where Alex was an option? What were you doing? Please let us know what drug you were doing, who you got it from, what town or city you was in that you got them drugs from. Because we as a society, especially women, need to know what that was so we never come across it. Because I don't ever want my mind to be that messed up where I look like that. And Alex is an option. Not just like the real deal. Like he was saying that they was in love. He was in love with you? Girl, like, you pro athlete, wife, baby mama, girlfriend status. What are just being on this show opened up, you know, the dating floodgates for you, because maybe you don't know who you are. Alex, and he was shorter than, girl, please let us know what that drug was that you were doing. That jacked your mind up. But even though she's like sober, healthy, you know, in mind and body, she was still being very affectionate with, maybe it's where you're from. Ladies, you gotta travel. You gotta travel. You got to know that you have options. So anyway, Alex and his ex sit down, and he's like holding her hand, rubbing up on it, and she's allowing it, like not calling the police. And he tells her that, you know, he's engaged, and she's like shocked and insulted. Girl, I can't believe it. I was watching this episode like, I cannot believe that you are mad that he is engaged. And then afterwards, the production interviews her, and she's just like, well, I'm not a runner-up, and I'm not a side chick. And I was just like, you are nothing for him. Why are you talking like, if he would have told you that he was single, y'all would have left together? It's where she's from. It's the drugs, and it's where she's from. Because listen, I'm thinking about my own life, and if I hadn't left like my community where I lived, I know, I just saw the dude. Like when I went back home, I saw the dude that I would have been married to. My kids would have been, Ooh, but you know, just being in this environment and not leaving it and thinking that this is it, this is all you have, you get stuck in a situation like Alex's ex. Cause I'm just, girl, cause I'm blown away. I was like, what? This is her? I was expecting black, you know what I mean? But I was expecting black girl that got the taco meat up here, but those straight weave down here, like bad eyebrows, glitter on the chest and neck. No shade to glitter, because y'all know I love it, but some people just do it wrong. You know what I mean? The kind of girl that put powder under her arms and not deodorant. That's what I was expecting. I won't even say ratchet. I won't even say ghetto. I would say like small town, because it's a certain kind of poverty. This is getting horrible. I'm trying to explain what I expected. Somebody on the lines of Kato. You know what I mean? Like Kato in a different environment could be fine, but Kato's environment has him looking like this. So I just didn't expect Alex's ex to look the way that she looked because of how he looks and how Kato looks. So I'm thinking of a certain kind of Sheryl poverty. I was expecting a black Sheryl. And when she turned around, I was just like, oh, are you an Instagram hair model? Girl, what? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want to come off horrible. I'm not saying that I expected Alex to be with somebody, I don't know. I just hope it's not coming off me. That's not what I'm saying. I didn't think that he would get somebody who looks like they, you know, got a coin. That's what I'm saying. She don't look, I don't know. How does she look when she was on drugs? I was just thrown off. I was thrown off. I was not expecting that. She just looked like she has access to things. You know what I mean? Like I look the way I look because right now I'm making middle class money. But baby, let me tell you something. I promise you. When I get my Hollywood glow up, girl, it's over for you hoes. Over. Vincent and Amber, listen, I was right. You know what I mean? Like I was watching this and I was just like, how do I say this humbly? There's no way to do it. I told y'all from jump. This woman is a full-blown lesbian. Puppy's mama know it. So she is confused as to what the hell is going on. So anyway, Amber finally reveals to us that the secret that she's keeping from Vincent is that she's scamming him. Her and Puppy are scamming him. Whatever Vince was doing, he was reaching out to prisoners for relationships or to adopt them to scam the government. It's just a scam on a scam. Vincent adopted Puppy to scam the government. Then her and her lover got into a scam to scam him, but it didn't work out because now Amber does not want to do what has to be done to scam this man. I guess she was supposed to come out and marry him and get his benefits or whatever. Until Puppy gets out, then she divorces Vince, and then they scam him for the coin that they were able to get from him. He still supports her in the divorce, and he still supports Puppy because he adopted her. But the adoption didn't work out, and this scam is not working out with Amber because she's just like, I can't be up on him. I can't be up on no dingling because Puppy calls her. And she's like, girl, you got to do what you got to do. Give him a blowjob. And she was like, what? I can't do that. Amber was just like, no, I'm not doing it. I done played straight long enough. This is too much for me. I'm done with this scam. I'm out. What my problem is with Amber, it's really sad because I feel like when we were watching the confessional and she was just like, you think I loved him? I never loved him. You really believe that? That's who she is. That is who Amber is. And it's so sad because she tried to play all innocent or whatever. And oh my goodness, this guy is so weird. And tried to make us think negative things about Vincent when it was really you the whole time. There is enough about Vincent for you to be wary of. You know what I mean? And in saying that, I've said it since day one. Vincent, in my opinion, is not the guy you want to play with. I'll just say that. You don't want to play with this dude. You come up missing. You come up missing, messing with a dude like Vince. Ladies, we know the men we can play with and we know the men we cannot. Vincent is one of them. Thank God for this TV show, so at least we got a paper trail if something happens. Sad to say, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that we're here with this couple. I think we all saw it. It's just sad how heartless she was in a confessional. And then hearing this conversation with her and Puppy, and she just like give him a bit, like, they were just really forthright with the scam. And I'm like, y'all should have talked to Lizzie. You know what I mean? Like, Lizzie is able to scam so flawlessly that you not only root for her, you start to agree with the scam. She's so good at it. That's how she got close to $1 million in prison from scamming men. Like, they don't know how to scam. They don't know how to do it. You can't have Amber, who don't know how to complete the trick, being the first one out, leading in the scam. Puppy should have waited until she got out. But for some reason, Vincent, I guess, was more attracted to Amber. So that's why, you know, Puppy may have told her to go after him because he was interested more in her. Vincent said he was talking to a lot of people and he started talking to Puppy and Amber. Amber and Puppy were together. They still together. And I guess through talking to Puppy, he started talking to Amber. He was more attracted to Amber. And then Puppy was just like, you got to finish this trick out because I can only get so much out of him. But now that he sees you, he wants you. So you got to make this work. And I guess Amber was trying to go along with it. But then when she got out, she was just like, I can't. It was easier in prison when she didn't have to see him, when she didn't have to kiss him, when she didn't have to hold him or be near him, and when he was not trying to have sex with her. It was easier for her to do that over the phone or in letters. But now in person, she's just like, I just can't stomach it. I can't go through with tricking out this man or marrying this dude because I'm a lesbian. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's just really sad to see that she tried to make this narrative that he's weird and that he's scamming when you are the one that was doing it the whole time. And then to be so heartless and careless in your confessional. You thought I loved him? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's who you are now. And you got no sympathy from nobody. Because I was on Twitter and baby, the tides have turned. Right before this episode, everybody was like, Amber, get out. Amber, get out. This man is crazy. Now everybody is like, oh, poor Vincent. Poor mass shooter. Let me stop. I'm playing, Vincent. I'm playing. It's your eyes. You got, you know, mass shooter eyes. It's something about Vincent, because I was even watching, he does lives and somebody takes his lives and puts them on YouTube. Thank you for that. And even in his lives, something is going on. What they do to you over there, something is off. It's like everything is not connecting. He's communicating, but it's a switch. It's a switch. Amber and Puppy, leave a paper trail. You know what I mean? Always text people where you going. I'm concerned. Lacey, Shane, and John. So, Lacey is trash. Lacey, you are trash, girl, because John is getting paroled to Lacey's home, right? Lacey is still in her home with Shane, who she's apologized to for assaulting, and he's acting like everything's okay because, you know, he's young. He don't know no better. poor guy. Where's your family, Shane? Do you have a sister? Like, where's your mama? Why are they allowing this to happen? Anyway, she apologizes to Shane and she tells him that she's going to go pick up John. And then Shane is like, well, I'm going to come with you. And she allows this fool to come with her to pick up her fiance who's just getting out of prison. It just, I don't understand this woman, and I can't ride for her, because here you are manipulating and taking advantage of this very young guy. Then you're manipulating and taking advantage of your fiance who you have known since you were like 15 or so, for like over 20 years at this point, who may possibly be your daughter's father, who you know is struggling with issues with addiction and things of that nature. You're just coming up to pick him up from prison with a camera crew to tell him that you're engaged to somebody else, and like, then get mad at his reaction, because that's what she does. She picks him up and John is so happy to see her. First of all, no shade, but my crush on John, it left me, because how tall is he? He just looked different. He looked I felt like he looked better in prison. Was it the jumpsuit? Maybe it was the orange. Maybe it did something to his skin. I don't know, but I just felt like he looked better in prison. When he got out, I was like, oh, this is, you know what? It was the voice. He still got a nice voice. I love his voice. Oh, yes, John. Anyway, but we broke up. Me and John broke up. Anyway, he gets out and he's so happy to see her. And she's just like, oh, I have to tell you something. I'm engaged to Shane. And John is like, why would you tell me this? Like what you trying to do? It was very apparent to him that she was trying to hurt him for whatever reason, but I think he felt like she was also doing this for the show, because then Lacey gets mad at his reaction and he's just like, in that voice, he's like, you're telling me all of this and you're expecting me to be happy? What reaction were you expecting? And that's the same thing I'm saying. What did you expect him to do? You know that he wasn't going to do no harm to you because he's on parole and he's right in front of the prison that he just, got out of. So you knew you were safe, but you were still trying to be messy and to hurt the guy. Anyway, he throws his mic and he's just like, I ain't going home. Well, I'm paroling to my parents' place. I didn't know you could do that. Like, could you just go somewhere else and be like, this is where I'm going to be paroled to? I hope he took care of the paperwork, but he's back in there. He's back in prison. Because John got a bad drug habit, baby. Oh, don't let that voice go to waste. Oh, I know there's a woman out there that will take care of you. It will no longer be me. It will no longer be me. But I know there's another woman that you can hypnotize with that voice. Get yourself together. You could be a, what's his name? Prison Bae. There is somebody who's watching this show, like I was, okay, before you got out. It just, the voice didn't match up to the fantasy. But I know there's a good woman out there for you who is not a Lacey. John, get yourself together. Get the help that you need, bro. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for the men in Lacey's life. From Shane to John to her father, to the ex-husband. Like, she just does not seem like a good person at all. Angela and Tony. I can't do the voice. I can't. I got to protect my throat, okay? But anyway, Angela is like acting like she's over Tony, right? Tony keeps on calling Angela, and Angela's just like, I'm not picking up the phone. I'm over him. What he did to me was wrong. I'm done. But girl, we all know that you're not done with him. Who else you gonna get? You know what I mean? Like, Trailer Park Jerry Springer is right there, and you don't want that. That's what you can get. And dare I say, that's a pretty good get for you, right? But you want a Tony. You want something young, rubbing up on you, putting chapstick on your lips and stuff, putting out your cigarettes, greasing your bike. That's what you want. That's what you want, and this is what you're going to get. So we all know that you still want this dude. You ain't fooling nobody. And she's just like, oh, he's calling me because he wants to get back with me. Girl, he's calling you because he needs somewhere to parole to. Because it seemed like Tony done messed up with everybody in his community. He don't have nowhere else to go. So he's calling you because he needs to parole to your trailer. That's what's happening here. We can all see it, but you can't. How are you so blinded by this dude? Penis is powerful. Powerful. Like, just the idea, just the thought of maybe Angela just getting to, the opportunity to just take a peek at his penis has her going crazy. Him cheating on her wasn't enough. Him turning down her BJ for hamburger helper wasn't enough. Like, there's nothing that he can do to make her not want him, because I think that Angela thinks for somebody like her that Tony is like the cream of the crop, and she just is so enamored that this younger guy wants her. She doesn't care that he is an addict and has some issues. Nothing wrong with an addict, right? But he has issues. He is actively participating in his addiction. He has some issues. Not the fact that he keeps on going back and forth to prison. Not the fact that he was cheating on you with a broad that was just like, I will choke you out in this laundry room. Can I tell y'all, I have that episode saved. I am never deleting that episode with Amy and Angela, because Amy was just like, keep on messing with me and you gonna leave here drinking through a straw. What? I don't care where you go. You can go to the hotel, you can go to his cousin's house, you can go to his mama's house, or you can go to the ER, but you gonna get up out of here. Amy is gangster and I want her on next season. I know she dating a felon. I know she probably is a felon. Please get her on Love After Lockup. Amy is season 1 material. No, not season 1. Season 2 of Love After Lockup. That's the kind of interesting TV that we got from season 2. That's why we're still obsessed with this season. That cast put WeTV on the map. And Amy, she's right in there with them. She will give you good TV, because she was on one episode for a second and I still remember her. I refuse to delete that episode because I keep on watching it. I fast forward right to that part and I just laugh. I get my whole life. Please get Amy on Love After Lockup. If not this season, next season, I want her as a main character. Good TV. Good TV, because you fit to get dragged out of here. What? Lizzie and Daniel, nothing much happened with them, but Daniel is going ring shopping with his mom because he is proposing to Lizzie. Why? How? Make it make sense. Like, you are fresh out of prison. You still have issues with your addiction. You and Lizzie are both living in shipping containers and you're trying to get married and start a family. What the hell is going on? It's where they're from. We have got, you know what? When I'm president, I'm going to implement a rule, a law, and a government stipend to allow Americans to travel. Because I think if you just stay in your small town, if you just stay in your community, if you never leave your city, you don't know that there's a better life for you. Anyway, that's it for me. That's all I wanted to talk about in these last 2 episodes. I will be, I don't have any plans Friday night, but the only plan I have is to sit at home and watch this episode and get it up to you. Because I think that now that my schedule is starting to slow down, and now at this point, it's just like festive stuff. So it's just like parties and events. Not much work is happening. Like, not many deals are being made because the industry is starting to slow down. So I'll have more time, because the only things that I have scheduled now are just like fun. So now I can, be consistent until the new year, because that's when pilot season starts. And if you've been with me long enough to know how crazy pilot season is, y'all might never see me till February. We will see. But yeah, I'm working to make it more consistent. But guys, I thank you for understanding that, this is me just having fun with my friends. It's not work. I enjoy your support. Thank you for watching the commercials all the way through. If this becomes something where I can live off of it, I'll work on my consistency. Until then, I gotta still keep on tracing my dream, because it's what I moved out here for, and it's coming to fruition. Things are coming together. My mama's prayers are being answered. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I love you much, and I will see you Friday evening. See you then. Oh, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Love you. Bye.